Well, first of all, we are very proud to have this type of a relationship with the George Washington University and Al Hawaiian University, and I'm very delighted to work on such an important and timely project. And higher education system is getting more and more globalized, and the world is getting more and more connected, which means the borderlines between different cultures are disappearing, which means we need humanities more than ever. And I think our students, our graduates, and public at large need analytical skills, they need innovation, they need imagination, they need creativity, and I think we need dialogue between different cultures and different countries and different universities so that we can develop a common mission for the welfare of humanity. So my expectations are very high out of this project, and I really look forward to developing a strong and robust, sustainable relationship that will contribute to the humanities at the global scale, so that we can really make a difference in the perception of humanities in different countries. And the discussions were indeed very, very stimulating, and I think we touched upon major issues. I hope when we continue our discussions along these directions, we will be able to come up with a strong model so that not only these three universities will cooperate around, but maybe we can invite and we can attract other universities and other agencies, so we can build a larger network at the global scale. So I'm very excited and very proud to host the second meeting at our university.
I think what we're calling the global humanities really is an important matter for universities in a variety of ways. I mean, first of all, I think our students benefit from thinking globally, because more and more our economies are intertwined, and not only that, but the issues that are pressing issues, whether it's climate change or international conflict or cultural tensions, those are issues that really can only be addressed from the perspectives of multiple disciplines and multiple countries. And so what the global humanities does is really to create a dialogue across national boundaries, but also across disciplinary boundaries, that I think can enrich the experience of our students and prepare them for being more effective agents in a global economy and a global culture. So this project, which is a project right now of only 3 universities from different nations and different cultures, is really an experiment. And what we're trying to do is to see what happens when you pose these questions explicitly. What is the role of the humanities in informing the development of national cultures, but also in the dialogue across national boundaries? What is the actual current role of the humanities? What role do they play? And also, what role might they play? And we're exploring that explicitly and openly, and I think with a very respectful, engaged dialogue. And if we're successful, we might create a model that other institutions could also take up, and then this would become, I think, something that would expand.
This project was born in Washington, D.C. with our partners from the GW, and with Bugazici and Al Hawaiian working together to form the group of 3 universities, but they're not just 3 universities. They're 3 universities that represent 3 cities, that represent 3 countries, that represent 3 continents. We're all from 3. And it is from that perspective that it is a very rich exchange among the 3. We learn from each other, and as a perspective, we want to provide our faculty and students and staff with the possibility of learning from each other, of becoming more international in their vision, more intercultural in their approach, and more understanding of the rest of the world. The project of global humanities is to develop humanities in an increasingly globalized world. Our world is becoming a smaller place day by day, and how do we best prepare students, faculty, administration for this world today? Something happens in China, in Hong Kong, we see it live, we know about it, and it may impact it with social media. What's happening? So the world is becoming a much smaller place, and we're better off if we understand the culture, the background, the identity, the values of other countries, of other cultures, of other nations.
We're so happy to host the second meeting of the Global Humanities Project at Boğaziçi with three institutions from three continents, the George Washington University, the Al Aquin University, and Boğaziçi University. So these are three institutions that have roots in the liberal arts education system, which we appreciate dearly in this campus as well. So the meetings over the past 3 days have been very fruitful in discussing how we are doing this, how better we can do this in the future for our students, for our faculty, and for the societies at large, actually.
We're trying to let the roadmap grow organically out of the discussions of the group, so that we're not imposing something. It needs to be something that really makes sense and something that is sustainable with all of the work that people have to do in their normal day-to-day lives. So we're looking for something that we can carry forward with good energy, something that's beneficial to all three institutions. And tomorrow we'll spend a good amount of time really working our way through different models to see which things we think would be right to start with. So the ideas that I mentioned about creating a program where our students could move through our three institutions, creating joint research projects, these are the kinds of things that we will identify and begin to get started. And then we also have the task of making sure that we find the right funding, the right support to put behind this effort so that it doesn't grind to a halt, but that it can actually take wings and really and be a game changer for us.